Hey, it's Mark here, and welcome to the next edition of the Employee Survival Guide, where I tell you, as always, what your employer does definitely not want you to know about, and a lot more.
Hey, it's Mark, and welcome back to the Employee Survival Guide podcast. I want to talk to you today about how to use this show as a tool, a device to fight and combat your employer. If you've been sitting there thinking this is just some guy using AI voices to produce a podcast, you missed the point. I say that once, and then I'm going to teach you what I'm going to show you today. I'm not here to win you over. I'm not here to get likes from you. I'm here to be of service to employees nationwide. That's the whole purpose behind the podcast. The Employee Survival Guide is a tool. It's a library. It's the book of secrets the employers put behind the door. Employers profit from you not knowing the playbook that they have. I built the tool because you wouldn't have to discover it on your own on the worst day of your career. And here's actually how you use it. There are two kinds of episodes in this podcast, if you haven't figured it out by now. First, learn the difference, or you'll waste your time in the catalog. First, the case story library. This is where you hear two voices, AI produced. Those walk through real legal cases, a real person, a real fact pattern, a PIP after a complaint, a severance that's paid following a release, a non-compete you signed on a day, one when you started because you needed the job, an accommodation that turned into a performance story, the retaliation sequence, you speak up, they isolate, they write you up, they fire you. Those stories are often told with AI voices. Frankly, it's a lot easier for me to get that out to you in the form of an AI voice production because it would take me countless hours to look at real cases and create script. It's a delivery method. That's all it is. Don't knock me for having AI voices. It's not the point. The point is the storyline in the episode. A real case you can put in your head. So when your Tuesday looks like that day in the story in the podcast, you already have a roadmap. That's the point. Don't binge those for vibes. Pull the one episode that matches what's happening to you, rewind it, take notes, write down the sequence, complaint, then the PIP, then the isolation, then the termination. Courts understand these sequences. You should too. If they handed you a PIP this week, you don't need the whole archive in the podcast. You need the PIP episodes. Sit with that one. Compare their paper to the last year's review. Start a file. Listen to the episode. If they slide a severance across the table and you said you've got 24 hours to sign it, you don't need a mood because you're already feeling pretty shitty about the whole process. You need the severance episodes on the podcast. Severance is a paid goodbye. They're buying your claims, your silence. Often your non-compete is instituted. Don't sign it in the conference room. Take it home. Get it read or go talk to a lawyer. Get a game plan. Do something and know what you're doing before you do it. Listen to the podcast episodes on severance and it will show you how to walk through the steps. If the non-compete is sitting on your chest, pull the episodes from the podcast. Employees never ask for non-competes, as I've always told you, and they stuck it on you. It's called an adhesion contract, and courts know this too. They're not always ironclad, and they're always worthless to you, and there are ways to get out of them in some cases. Stop guessing. If you ask for an accommodation for medical reason, disability, and your reviews got sharp, pull the accommodation cases on the episodes. If you complained in writing and the rim went cold, pull the retaliation episodes on the podcast. Retaliation is often the cleaner claim, easier for us to prove than the underlying nonsense the employer is creating for you. Sequence, dates, who told you, what happened next, etc. That's the library the podcast is producing for you. It's free. Grab it. When the smoke starts, don't decorate with it, okay? Second, the episodes also have my voice, just like this one. Those are the how-tos, the Monday morning moves, how to complain so you're actually protected, how to document without writing a novel in Slack, how to sit with a release and develop leverage to get more money from the employer, how to avoid becoming the victim and become the force to contend with and get what you want out of your employer. I've been on the front lines of employment disputes for about 30 years, employees, executives. I've seen all the employer patterns and moves enough times that I can tell you what happens next without making a speech. These episodes are me talking to you the way I talk to people who I'm running the clock on, who paying the hourly bills. Use my voice when you need the next step. Use the case story when you need to see your nightmare already has a caption. There's already a story. Use both. Don't confuse them. A lot of you will need both in the same week. Case story first, so you can see the pattern of the employer's behavior. My voice second, so you know what the next move to make on a Monday. And set your employer up so it favors you. That's what I do every day, and it pisses off employers. Now you have the same information that I have. That's the point of the podcast. You get it? How do you find the right one when there are more than 250 episodes? I'm sorry, I'm going to do more than 250. It's probably be 500, maybe 1,000, and I'm done. That's the point. You don't have to scroll until your eyes blur. You search the catalog on your podcast player or on your capclaw.com podcast page. Go to the archive. Search the words you're looking for, you're living. The PIP, severance, noncompete, accommodation, retaliation. I built it that way so you can find those words very quickly and tee up the episode you need. Pick the episode that matches the fact pattern, not the loudest title. Or use the Employee Survival Guide AI on our website. It's a custom GPT trained on this catalog and our website. It's ring-fenced. The transcripts and the writing we already put out are there. That's what it's drawing from, not the open internet guessing what the HR policy is. Type the situation you're looking for. Handed a PIP after you asked for a leave, offered 3 months and a stack of paper, need an accommodation, and they're stalling. It points you at the episodes in the podcast and the written content on the website that matches what you're going through. Then listen, read, then take notes. If you don't know what to ask, start simple. I was handed a severance. I need an accommodation. I think this is retaliation. Then add your facts and dates, what they said, what you put in writing, etc. These tools exist because the worst day of your career is a terrible time to become a research assistant. I built these tools so you can search instead of guessing. Same reason the case stories exist at volume 250, soon to be 500, 1,000. There are thousands of legal cases out there, trust me. A library you can actually use as a tool to benefit you, and it's free. Don't binge the show for vibes. I mean, if you run 14 episodes because it feels like company, you feel less alone for a night and still walk in Monday empty-handed. I get it. Some of you find the episodes, drama. You can binge them. That's what my data shows me, but there is more to that. They provide real-life examples of crisis that people have already gone through, things you're about to go through. Start a file, get the dates, get your emails together, the PIP, last year's review, that contradicts it, the leave request you made, the complaint you made in writing to someone with authority, the names. Keep it off their laptop, of course. Keep it off their Slack, not a diary of your feelings, a timeline. You've heard me say that before. When you listen, write down 3 things: what the employer did that counted or failed to count, what you do tomorrow that's specific. Protected activity is specific: harassment, discrimination, safety, wage theft, a request for accommodation or leave. Put it in writing to someone in authority in HR, your boss, both, to an external agency like the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, or more important, to maybe the Securities Exchange Commission, because it involves some type of maybe financial impropriety by the company. Then watch what happens next. Learning is leverage. I'm not selling you a lawsuit. Most employees can't afford hourly litigation. Employers know that. That knowledge is how they run the building. First leverage is fluency for you. Once you can name the play loses some of its magic. Sorry. At will, release, PIP, pretext, protected activity, retaliation, noncompete, forced arbitration. Those they're not branding words. Those are the locks on the door of information that you need to go through. Employers throw up walls of lack of information. They count on you thinking unfair is a legal claim. It's not, by the way. They produce the fear you feel to keep you down, suppress you, put you down. They count on you signing in the room when they give you a release. They count on you walking in HR just to talk and creating the record, not yours, their record, the way they want it to go down. They count on you never hearing the case that looks like yours on the podcast. This show exists to break those walls down. Not for our following, not for you, but for you on a Thursday when the paper is still warm in your hand from the printer. I'm not recruiting fans. I don't need you to like me. I need you to use the catalog, pull the episode, take the notes, build a file, make the Monday move from a standing position, strike back against your employer, and win. You can find the episodes in your podcast app, on our Capclaw website. Ask the ESG AI the question you're afraid to type into a search bar at work. Do it from your own phone. Do it before you sign. A real performance problem exists. I've seen it. The abuse is real. Isolate you, PIP, then a thin severance package, point to a clause, watch them fold. If the facts are the script, you need the episode that names it. If your facts are a real performance problem, you need to hear that too, so you don't light a match in a room that won't help you. That's what the podcast does. It gives you information to allow you to control the situation instead of following your employer. So match the fact pattern. Take notes, build a file, use this as a tool. Knowledge is powerful, and it gives you the insight into how the employer machine works, and it's not guesswork. Today, I have just refined the AI tool on our website. It now contains all of the actual legal case decisions made by the court in each episode. This information provides the actual rules and analysis the court used to render the decision. The rules are nearly identical in almost every part of the country, so you're probably very well prepared. There are nuances in law, but I'm not going to get into that. You have the core basics. You can download the source information mentioned in the AI search. You can read the decision yourself. This information was always free. Courts' decisions are public knowledge. They're free. But you had no way to search the library of that data, and now you do. If you came here because something at work just got quiet and sharp, sticky, you're in the right room. Use the library on the podcast. Use my voice episodes for the next step. Use the AI and Capclaw to find the page in the book. Then go do the work. This is not legal advice about your case. I can't see your file from here. It's just education. You know that. It's me being of service. It's a map, a roadmap to figure out what you're going through when you're in a crisis. So thank you for letting me be of service. I'll continue to do it because I can.
If you like the Employee Survival Guide, I'd really encourage you to leave a review. We try really hard to produce information to you that's informative, that's timely, that you can actually use and solve problems on your own and at your employment. So if you like to leave a review anywhere you listen to our podcast, please do so. And leave 5 stars, because anything less than 5 is really not as good, right? I'll keep it up. I'll keep the standards up. I'll keep the information flowing at you. If you'd like to send me an email and ask me a question, I'll actually review it and post it on there. You can send it to mcarey@capclaw.com. That's capclaw.com.